You're watching WCSD Cable Television from Calloway County High School.
We've all had at least one bad hair day in our lives. Maybe because you slept on it, or maybe because you just need a haircut. Well, here on Calloway Connections, I'm here with Melina Sierra, who is the co-owner of a little salon in Murray called the Hairspray Cafe, who has a lot of experiences with these days. I'm Parker Adams, and you're watching Calloway Connections here on WCSD Cable Television. So, Melina, thank you for coming here on such short notice.
Yeah, it's great to be here.
Okay, good. I knew that you had to reschedule because of some other things going on.
We always have a lot of stuff going on here at the salon.
Yeah, pretty busy. So, what got you inspired to do hairdressing?
Well, I always wanted to do hair. It's something I've always been interested in, hair, makeup, nails. But it wasn't until I turned about 21 or so that I really got more into it and decided that I wanted to do it as a career, to help make people feel better, when you have a good hair day or, you feel good about yourself. So I wanted to do that for other people.
Were you one of those children who always I'll cut my sibling's hair? I did it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're one of those siblings, so that's how it all started?
Oh yeah.
So, do you have any other jobs or had any other jobs before you went into this?
Yeah, I worked at a daycare. I still do part-time. Peanuts Gang in Mayfield, actually. So I worked with kids a lot. So at first I thought maybe that was the career I wanted to go into, was childhood education or child care and do that longevity-wise. But then my passion for doing hair and makeup grew a little bit more. So then I decided to go that route.
So how's it like during the daycare?
It gets crazy. We have a lot of 2-year-olds right now, so it gets really loud, really fast.
Are you like one of the mentors there?
Yeah.
Or?
So I just provide childcare. So I'm there 3 days a week, and we have anywhere from 2 to 12-year-olds. So
it's a 12-year-old at a daycare.
Yeah, right. We have quite the mix there.
Yeah, that seems like it would be quite hectic.
Oh yeah.
And this is on every day that you're not working at the salon?
Yeah, so I'm there Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and I'm at the salon on Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Saturdays.
Only on Sunday when you get to relax.
Yeah, exactly.
Can you tell me what you offer at the Hairspray Cafe?
Yeah, we do lots of hair services, nails, waxing, so we do hair cutting, hair coloring, we'll do fashion colors, so like the blues and greens and reds. We do face waxing, eyebrows, lip, chin, whatever you want, we'll pretty much do it for you.
And other people working there usually do the waxing and nails and stuff. You mostly just do hair.
I do hair, yeah. Everybody kind of dabbles in a little bit. We have one girl, I don't think she does nails, but everybody else that's there pretty much kind of tackles every part of it.
Yeah, when I go there, it just seems like certain people are doing their certain things every time, like they do their special thing.
Yeah, and everybody's kind of got their thing that they are more inclined to do. So some people are strictly colorists, they do color, that's all that they do. We have a girl, she does extensions and braiding, and that's a market that we haven't tapped into that she kind of takes on and handles.
I think I met that person because she was doing the extensions.
Yeah.
But can you tell me what the main pricings are for a haircut or stuff?
So a haircut, a standard price for male or female is $20. Our colors range. It just kind of depends on what exactly we're doing, the length of hair that we're working on, but it can be anywhere from $60 and above, and that always includes a haircut and a style as well.
Yeah. It seems like haircuts are expensive, aren't they? I want my bangs cut. Oh, that would be $500, please.
Yeah.
This is my time.
Oh yeah. There's a lot of time and education and effort that goes into being able to do all that.
I imagine the stress because, I have to do it just right.
Yeah.
Especially whenever you're straightening hair.
Yeah.
It's I don't have to clip their ears.
Yeah, exactly. I've done that before on myself, and it is not fun.
I don't think it would be fun.
Those scars aren't very pretty.
No, that's why whenever I was doing it, I was just like,
yeah.
And then because I always burn myself.
Yeah.
But it kind of scares me whenever you're doing because I have such short hair, so I'm like,
oh yeah, you can definitely tell people start like.
But you haven't done it yet.
I haven't done it yet. Yeah, not on a client. So knock on wood.
Not on a client
yet.
So, how long have you been a hairstylist?
I graduated in 2013, I believe. So from then till now, I've been about 5 years, I would say.
A lot of experience.
Yeah, plenty of experience. I'm still learning. There's always something new to learn. There's always new trends and stuff coming out. But yeah, I would definitely say got some experience under my belt.
And speaking of that, how long, like, what are the requirements to be in the field? Or like the education, how much you need to learn about cosmetology, all that stuff?
Yeah, well, each state is different, but here in Kentucky, they just reduced it. It's 1,500 hours that you have to complete. The programs vary. Some you can go a year, others are 2 years. It just depends on which school you go to and the length of time that you spend. So it's just a certain hour requirement that you have to get. After your graduation, you go up to Frankfurt to take your state board exam. And if you pass that, then you have an apprenticeship that you do for 6 months. So that just means that you have to work under somebody who has their master license. And after 6 months, you go back to Frankfurt, test another time, and then if you pass that, then you have your full license.
That's a lot just for hair.
Oh yeah, it's a lot. It's a lot involved.
Just a lot. It's like you have to know how to cut hair.
Oh yeah, because it's not just cutting hair, but it's also you're working with a lot of chemicals and a lot of electrical tools and stuff like that.
So there's
a lot of things that come into play.
Yeah, it seems like it would be stressful.
Oh yeah,
do all that stuff.
It's definitely stressful.
Especially when they are not satisfied with the haircut.
Oh yeah.
What do you consider to be the hardest when it comes to being a hairstylist? What's the hardest in the profession?
I would say just client satisfaction. You know, you always want to make sure that whoever you're working on is always happy. You know, we always want to make sure that you love your hair whenever you leave. You walk out, you feel good. Like that's the whole point, is that you're coming to us as professionals to be able to do what you can't do yourself. So client satisfaction, definitely. And we always make sure that we guarantee our work. So if there's anything that you're not happy with, or sometimes, you know, you go home and something just isn't quite right after you've left, as long as you notify us within 48 hours, then you can feel free to come back in, let us know, and we'll fix it up for you. It won't cost you anything extra, but we always want to make sure that you are 100% satisfied with what you receive.
It always seems so stressful whenever you're the one getting the haircut, because like, is that good? And you're just like, and you don't want to tell them.
But it's definitely, I would definitely recommend to anybody 100%, if there's something that you don't like, talk to your stylist. Let them know what it is about it that you don't like, because odds are it's something easy to fix, and that we're more than happy to make you happy. You know, we don't have to wear your hair. You know, you have to look at it every day, get up every morning and deal with it. So if you're not happy with it when you leave, definitely let them know.
That's the only problem with me. It's just my bangs. Because you do my bangs a certain way, and then my hair's like, no, do it the other way. Yeah. And it just makes me angry. It just happens all the time.
Oh yeah, hair definitely has a mind of its own.
It really does. Another thing, is there a favorite thing that you like to do when it comes to cutting hair, like a certain style you always like to do?
I definitely like, an angled bob is like a tried and true favorite of mine. It's easy now that I've been doing it for so long, and it has become one of my favorites, but it can also be one of the more difficult cuts to do because it's such a precise cut. You know, there's some cuts that are a little bit more free-flowing, so you can kind of go in there and texturize it, and it doesn't have to be so precise. But when you do have a precise cut, it makes it a little bit more difficult because it has to be just so.
So how would you describe that haircut? Because I don't know what that looks like.
There's different ways of going about it. So it's usually just shorter in the back. It comes angled towards the front. The angle of it can be more dramatic. It can be more subtle, just depending on what the client wants. And also there's multiple variations of the texturizing and the layers that you put in it. You can have it stacked really high where you have lots of shorter layers, or you can have a one length even bob.
Yeah, that sounds complicated.
Yeah, so there's many variations to the same type of haircut.
Okay, like besides all of that, you're the trying to word this right. Like how it looks in your cafe, it looks like really friendly in my opinion.
And that's something we really wanted to do. So like this right here, this is our main area where we have all of our hair cutting and coloring. These are all the different stylist stations. So as you can see, everybody's got their little rollabout trays that kind of go under the shelves, and their towers that hold all of their products and capes. So this is where the main action happens. This is the main entrance when you come in. This is what you see.
Where a bunch of people just stare at you.
Yeah. Now this right here, this is our pedicure room. It's also where we've got our shampoo bowl in the back, you can see. Our waxing as well goes on back there in that same shampoo bowl. So we do all the nails and waxing, and we've got all different kinds of our back bar right there, our shampoos and everything. And then this room right here, this is our manicure room. It's also to the right when you walk in. It's got our fridge and coffee maker, so we do offer different beverages and snacks while you're waiting. You know, some people, depending on the service that you're getting done, you're in there for a good bit of time, so it's nice to kind of have something to snack on or sip on, you know, and it just gives it a nice homier feel as well.
Yeah, it's one of those things where like when you walk in, if you have to wait, like you always offer like, yeah, we have snacks and beverages in there if you want it.
Yeah, so that's right there. Those two are our manicure tables.
It's in the same room.
Yeah, it's same room.
My
That's
mom's foot is there. Featuring my mom's foot.
Yeah, in the back there is our color bar, so that's where all of our stylists individually have all of their supplies for hair coloring, and that's where all the chemistry is involved with mixing your colors and lighteners.
The magic.
Yeah, that's where the real magic happens back there.
The sorcery magic. The actual magic happens in the other room, but that's the chemical magic.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, speaking of chemicals, how much does that stuff cost?
Oh, it is. It's
I know
ridiculous.
it's expensive.
It gets pretty pricey, so it just kind of depends. Each brand is different, and you'll need developers to go with your lighteners as well as your color. A tube of color can cost anywhere from $6 to $9. That's just one tube, and a tube holds about 2.5 to 3 ounces of color, which, depending on someone's hair, you could use an entire tube just on one person. So the price range varies pretty dramatically between different brands as well.
My cousin is actually in this field too, and whenever we were going to color my hair, whenever I had long hair, hard to imagine, but whenever I had long hair, the back was going to be like a light purple, and we were shopping for stuff for my hair, and it was very expensive.
Oh yeah, it gets pretty pricey, especially the crazier the hair color, you know. So if you're wanting a more of a fashion color, a glam color, usually there's lightening involved, so you have to do your lighteners first, which adds more cost, and then depending on how many times you have to lift it, because some people's hair is a little harder to lift than others. If it's darker naturally, if there's color on it previously, then it makes it a little bit more difficult. So it can get pretty pricey, especially even for us, you know, stylists as well, to provide those things.
They had to bleach my hair twice just to get the purple I wanted. And that was a fun time, because when we were in the waiting room, she had a key to it, so basically we were alone with her baby. And I basically had to entertain the baby because my mom was already busy with her hair getting done, and I had to entertain the baby while in that little heat thing with my hair. And it was so difficult.
It's definitely quite the experience.
And she wanted to eat the McDonald's fries I had, but ever since she didn't have any teeth, I couldn't do it.
Oh yeah, there's a lot involved. So yeah, with your heat, you know, that's usually your lighteners and everything, just trying to process them higher and make your colors last longer for you.
This is a random question, but like, how do you get the silver hair look? Because that's always baffled me.
Yeah, it's definitely a hard one to achieve. You really have to make sure you get not just the color, but any underlying tones that are in the hair. When you lift the hair, it goes through different stages of color. So you have to make sure you get it pretty much almost white before you can lay down any other kind of pigment on it, because most gray colors are blue in undertone, and so if you lay that blue color on top of a yellow underlying pigment, then you're going to get green hair, which is not usually something, and it's not really a pretty green either. You kind of get this like muddy looking green. And
like
so
whenever you get your hair bleached and you go in a chlorine filled pool and
exactly.
then it's just green.
Yeah, it's never cute either. So
I would imagine it.
Yeah.
So at this point, I think it would be a good time to take a break, and we can continue the interview afterwards. So see you in a little bit.
Todd's a great guy. I mean, look at him. What a sweetheart. Attaboy. Wait, Todd, what are you doing? How totally selfish and un-Todd-like of you. Come on, Todd. Come on, man.
Welcome back to Calloway Connections. I'm Parker Adams, and I'm here with Melina Sierra continuing with the interview. So instead of talking about all of the stuff that's at the place, we can talk more about personal stuff.
Yeah.
Like, so is there any reason you chose to work there out of all the places? Because there's a lot of hairstyle places.
Oh yeah, there's definitely plenty, especially in Murray. There's definitely tons of them. I was working at a different salon previous to working there, but we had the opportunity to open up our own salon. The salon that where we're at currently was moving to a different location, so their spot was opening up. So it was kind of nice. It was a little bit easier, smoother transition because the building was already set up for a hair salon. So it definitely made our move a little bit easier. So that's why we chose that location. It was already established as a salon. People around town kind of already knew that it was a salon already. So it made our transition into it a little bit easier.
Did you have to put a lot of your own stuff in there before?
Oh yeah, definitely. So we had to get all new chairs, new mats. We had a lot of things custom built for us, so like our benches where we sit, our manicure table, our big color bar, all of those things were all things that we had custom made for the space that we were in. So there was a lot of things involved with getting it set up. We had a lot of inspections that we had to go through, plumbing and state inspections, just to make sure everything was set and in order and running smoothly.
And just like, did you get a C, a B plastered on the wall?
A plus, always.
Just put a big old plus on the wall.
Oh yeah, yeah. We have all of our licensing and sanitation standards are all posted up on the wall, so anybody that comes by can see and make sure that everything's going the way it's supposed to.
Okay. Do you have any like weird, funny kind of stories that happened while you were working there?
I think every day is kind of, you never know who you're gonna have walk in the door. Nothing really that particularly stands out. We get a lot of kids in there, so I know we've had some near misses with kids trying to like get everybody's things, maybe try and cut their siblings' hair like we talked about, So that's
get
definitely
the flat iron.
Yeah, you never want, kids to be like burning themselves or anything, so.
Okay, well, we have to wrap it up soon, but I would like to, you mentioned that you had cats and dogs. I would like to talk about them for a few seconds.
Oh, yeah. So I have 2 dogs, 2 cats. Those are my children that I have
what are
at
the
home.
Names?
My dogs are Bowser and Blossom, and my cats are Kisa and Mao.
They sound amazing.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty great.
Even though I don't know what they look like, I'm sure they're amazing.
Oh, yeah, they're pretty awesome.
Really quick, can you tell me like the breeds of the dogs at least?
I have 2 pit bulls. Yeah.
Oh, pit bulls.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, I love them so much.
I just hit the microphone. I probably wouldn't have been bad. Okay, well, we have to wrap it up, sadly. Good thing that we ended up on a good note talking about animals, but I'm Parker Adams, and this has been Calloway Connections. See you next time.